Hello, people. Um, I downloaded a video about this black brother, and I don't consider him my brother, not because he's black. It's because what he stands for, and special, and then way more what happened that day. I'm gonna give you a little insight to who I am. I don't like bashing on people. I can be stern, okay? I don't need to have the last word. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it can reach it can reach a boiling point where I can just, before it reaches the boiling point, I pull away. That's it. I just tell them I care about you, man. I love you, man. I want you to have a good day. Seriously. That day at the truck stop, I arrived early to a delivery. Supposedly, like, as a trucker, like, every company is different. So my 9:30 appointment, I had to be there at 9:30. 9:30. Usually I get there an hour early. So I went to the truck stop and I was witnessing one of the first people that I witnessed, this older gentleman, and I gave him a gospel track. I'm not sure if I did or not. Then he tried to witness to me. And that's one of the things about sharing the faith, going out witnessing, evangelizing. I call it reverse Uno, where you're trying to share your faith with somebody, and instead of you being the one that shares the faith because you approach them with material and prepare to give a gospel presentation, they would turn around and try to give a gospel presentation, and it's that happens a lot. Trust me, and it happens a lot, and different shapes and forms. Like when you give a testimony, when they want to hear your testimony, when you do share it, they start nitpicking at it. You know what I'm saying? Your testimony, saying, "Oh man, God forgives you. It's all right." It's like, I know you never been through what I've been through. You never. I reach different levels of anger. That type of excitement. I reach different levels of everything. I never done witchcraft before. No, I never have. But in the flesh, I've done a lot of things. Okay. This gentleman, he's a Hebrew Israelite. I have crossed paths with these guys several times, and to me, they're a bit aggressive. Their posture's aggressive. Their posture, and they try to press their doctrine on me, and I would just walk away from them. Well, this one was different because usually when I walk away from them, they don't follow. This one followed me to another truck, like maybe a good 8-9 trucks distant. And when I was trying to give a witness to somebody, this gentleman said he doesn't need a book, and the Hebrew Israelite was telling the guy, "Yeah, you don't need a book." And then I stopped because, you know what? I couldn't go any further because he took over the conversation, and I wasn't going to argue with the man because there's truck drivers right there, and I don't like arguing. So that guy ends up going back to his truck. I keep on witnessing, and I end up going back where I'm not sure, I had to go through where he went. I was wondering what would happen if I go through where he was at just to get to my truck. Man, he followed me. I was like unpacking, and I had to record him. He was cussing at me, cursing at me. I'm not sure cursing, and he was saying all types of filth. Like, he was pointing out my cross. He was talking about eating pig. Like, you know what? It's like he was talking, and then in the end, he's trying to be cool. I'm gonna, we talked in the end. It just, man, I told him, man, take your piece, go, man. Shoot, like, I never had no, I mean, like, man, I told him, leave me alone. That's it. He just wouldn't. He was trying to be persistent. He says he was, you know what? I don't believe the Hebrew. I'm subscribed to their channel because there's different Hebrew Israelites. I'm subscribed to the one in where's that one brother from a different mother? St. Louis, Missouri, and he's from Atlanta because I got his people confused with the Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri. But I don't like their message. No, I don't like their message. I don't like the way they come across white people. And then I heard there's Hebrew Israelites that are not racist. I came across one. He said they're not racist. They don't got beef with the white folks. And but this one, did he not? I don't know. But you know what? Is that this is my second time being followed. But this is my first time being followed to my truck. And it becomes aggressive. Sometimes it even gets aggressive when you're walking away. Like, I had some people when I walk away, they try to call me back. It's like, no, dude, you're getting my cold shoulder, It's like, there's been plenty of times people want me to listen to what they say. They have the facts. They have the real stuff. They have the hidden knowledge. You know what? I have hidden knowledge that I expose to the people one way or the other. And you might look at me like I get tattoos. I like tattoos. I'm Mexican. Man, I don't like the guy that did my tattoo. I don't. Sometimes I'm not sure if I want to go back to him. Anyways, I posted the video, and I don't know, I gave him my number, and he sweet talked me, but many times I gave my number away, and then I think about after all, I mean, I gave my number to this one black brother where he has and he was a NDE near. I've met two near-death experienced people. I met people supposedly they seen a person that's seen God through a reflection, and I know a lady that I met, young lady. She says she heard the voice of God. You know what? But she's thinking about following Buddha, but she heard the voice of God. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Because you feel like, people. I mean, honestly, I heard the voice of God, and you would assume that I'm at the right path, right? That even because I heard the voice of God, I'm not exempted from sin. I don't get to choose what I want to do, right? Meaning that meaning that I've been doing what the scriptures say, and it got me that far to the point where God has. I heard his voice, and I had other experiences, but I don't get them all the time. Occasionally, I get an experience here and there. Occasionally. But even though my experiences are rare, and I tell people, you can have an experience like this, even though if it's rare, consistent, or rare, consistent. It can be every week, every other day, or every day. I heard people saying, "Hey, you can hear you can hear a word from God. You can hear a whisper from God. You can clearly hear God." It's a possibility. But some people, after a while listening to them, you just don't believe them. you kind of want to believe them. You really want to. I mean, someone can talk to me like I really want to believe them, but I don't believe them. It takes me. What it takes is that I have to go through my day. I will rest, lay down my bed, and think about the situation. Then most of the times it's like, you know what, that person's full of crap. Like this other guy, like I was mentioning, the guy that had a near-death experience. He based on his testimony on that too much, like a lot, and he were like he was Jesus out meaning as like Jesus had, Jesus this, Jesus that, and it seems like he's one of those people that, not that he exempt, but he is the voice of God. Do you understand? Like I told him about not having people just lay hands on him, like not anybody, and he gets mad. It's like, you know, that's a bad sign, because you don't let people just pray on you, people you don't know. No, you don't know. I mean, I heard about, you don't know what they might have. And the thing is, I noticed about people that it boosts their ego. You know what I'm saying? Because you witness to them, and they're trying to witness to you and pray for you. You're adding fuel to the flame. You know, they're not gonna go out there and reach nobody. They're not. They're not, for real. It's like I had a lady not too long ago. She wanted gospel tracks. I gave her 5 gospel tracks, and that's it. I would give like big old stacks of gospel tracks. One day I gave a guy like a big old stack of gospel tracks at my terminal, and next thing I saw them right there, like abandoned. And next day I saw him, like I took him. I took the gospel tracks, and next day I saw him. I didn't say nothing. I say, "What's up, man? How you doing?" We were just talking, and he acted a little funny. He didn't mention nothing about the reason I gave him the gospel tracks is he wanted to get a tattoo. I was describing how he should get it. You know, he wanted to get a cross on his neck. But you know what? I'm not sure if I'm ranting. Maybe I am. That's why I don't get in. That's why I don't even talk in this right here, because you know what, witnessing, it could be a good experience. Sometimes you get like not sure. Only God knows the results. Me just sometimes you just see little to no results. Yeah, sometimes there's days that I have like amazing results. Like a couple of days ago when I took a 34 reset, man, I had results. Before I met this Hebrew Israelite, I had my 34 reset. Man, I went to Muslims, young men. The first day, young men, I went to I'm not sure if it was downtown Ohio. I never seen this part of Ohio before. I don't know if it's like east of Ohio. But it was nice, you know, and there's a lot of Muslims there, like a lot. And you know what? There's even Hebrews, not Hebrew Israelites, like Jewish people. They wouldn't want to talk to me. Oh man, those guys don't want to talk to me. They know that I'm a Christian, and they don't want to. The Muslims, the young, because these young Jewish people would not want to talk. They're young, don't want to talk to me. They know that I'm Christian. The Muslims, young people, would talk to me, but they would be curious. Sometimes they would challenge me, and I'm up for it. I'm up for it, because these guys are. Because look, sometimes the Muslims will ask you sincere questions, like honestly, and I get excited. I get excited when they ask me questions. Like, wow, okay, the young men. Next day, I witnessed to older men, in their stores, and they're Muslims, Arabic people. One of them laughed at me, and then the other ones, they kind of looked at me like they were just curious, and they listened to me. You know what I'm saying? I just told them about Esau. When I mention Jesus, I mention him as Esau in their language, so they wouldn't know. And maybe I'll throw a little bit more like one of them I said Yeshua, Jesus. And I tell him, like, hey, what does he have to say about himself? You know what I'm saying? And then I will tell him about heaven. There's a lot of things I can say. Because I know, because I talk to them. They always they're always sharing something from their faith. And then sometimes like the older fellas from the older guys, not even most of the times the older guys, and then not too much the younger guys, they will say something that's retarded. Like today, some man was saying something about a dog and smells. You know how there's that issue about the Muslims don't like dogs. He was telling me about that. And now I just told him about heaven. I just told him flesh and blood would not inherit the kingdom of God. We will be like angels, and I described what that means. Heaven, flesh and blood would not inherit the kingdom of God, meaning our bodies would be transformed. We're not going to have babies. And then I told him, well, if you don't understand what that means, then Jesus says you're going to be like angels. We're not going to be given, men are not going to be given to women, nor women to men. And he comes out with that dog nonsense. So it's like, and he sometimes it's like, and it's like, man, for reals, it's like, I know it's not going to go nowhere, but it sounds retarded. You know what I'm saying? I like dogs. When I heard Muslims not liking dogs, man, for reals. But it's not the topic of it's not the topic of the message. And it wasn't for him to say that. He wasn't, I don't believe he should have talked about dogs because they smell. Doesn't matter if you keep them in the house or outside the house. If you have the habit of keeping dogs outside the house, cool. You know what? In Japan, you can't eat and walk. And I eat and walk. I don't know how I can do it. I like Japanese. I like Godzilla anime and all that. And then I'm gonna grab some sushi and walk around eating. And I might get offended. I don't know. Hopefully they don't execute me for eating and walking and talking. Okay, guys. Well, I just wanted to say about the video. Hey, I don't record that many videos. I try not to, because it's not about the views. Somebody I shared that I do this, and they were saying that I'm doing it because of the views. No, I mean, I only had the rant I had from the Hebrew Israelite. He only got 2 views, so it's okay. But something can happen in the world. People are going to be asking questions. I'm just leaving something behind. You know what I'm saying? Jesus is Lord. He's King of Kings. He is the mediator between man and God. He is the chief priest and king. He is the bread of life. He is at the door. He is the Prince of Life. He is the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody comes into the Father except through him. John 14:6. Peace.